Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Cross-Selling Ancillary Wednesday. We have Aaron Young, VP of Wellabe, and we have Great Western, our final expense, that we will be going over today. They have Wellabe's final expense with Great Western is really your one-stop shop for final expense. I don't want to steal Aaron's thunder, but when you have guaranteed issue, simplified issue, and immediate all-in-one product with the underwriting, the immediate issue, the way that they have it structured, we don't discuss comp, but they have a great compensation schedule. Even for our agency partners and their overrides, it is fantastic that this is a great product. And I believe that Aaron will go over this. I believe we're in every state. So it makes it easy just to look at this and to put this in your portfolio and know that you have this. And then when we talk about our legacy safeguard and you talk about this, it just makes a great partnership with what Wellabe and Great Western and with Copeland, what we have together. So that's further ado that. Aaron, thank you again for being a part of this. I am going to turn it over to Aaron and let him do his thing. And Aaron, thank you again.
Hey, thanks so much, Joey. Again, my name is Aaron Young. I'm the AVP of Wellabe, Great Western Insurance Company. My day-to-day operations is really managing the business unit and distribution of this product across the nation on a national basis. I always like to kind of step back a second and let people know, who's talking today. What's your background? I would like to just kind of tell you where some of my passion comes from and my understanding, and really the fact that I was involved in building this product from the very first brick, the concept that we built for our final expense product portfolio. My journey in the insurance industry goes all the way back till I was 18 years old, putting myself through school, building a family. I did a lot of stuff on the inside, corporate side, but in the 90s, I went out and started my own business practice from scratch, meaning that I understand what it's like to grab a stack of leads and get on the phone and smile and dial and book appointments and understand what it takes to get into the door, what I call through the threshold, to the kitchen table, to sell myself, to sell my company, sell my expertise, and then help people protect themselves. And I did that on a scale from being an agent and then also building a tremendous downline of about 750 full-time career agents across 14 states. So really, Great Western and Wellabe is my second career as I kind of move from my IMO project to what I thought was going to be retirement. Now I'm back at it, working with Wellabe. So I guess what I'm trying to say to you there is I'm not the normal, carrier rep that's talking from the sidelines. I understand where you are. And when we built this product, we built it from the agent's perspective, meaning that all the things that you have to do to get that appointment and sit down and talk with the client about life insurance, we wanted to make it to where if you had that ability to do that, that you would be working with the carrier that's got the easiest process to do business with the fact that we have put 3 products on one application and then have instant underwriting so that while you're with the client, okay, you're going to get typically a decision and a policy number, no matter what their health is. And I'll get a little bit more into that here in a moment. But what I want to do is first is answer the question, who is Wellabe and Great Western? So we recently went through a name change. We used to be known, our holding company used to be known as American Enterprise Group, which we never used that name for any type of branding because there's a lot of companies out there with American and Enterprise and the name group in it. It meant nothing to no one. So last year, we put our collective minds around and said, what really defines us as a company, so that we actually could have a brand strategy, actually have a conversation around Wellabe, who owns Great Western, who owns Medico, who owns American Insurance Company, or American Republic Insurance Company. And we came together and came up with the name as Wellabe. And what does that mean? Well, it's on the premise of we will always be Wellabe. And then also that we do things well, be well protected, right? Well insured, have good health, etc. Because we own multiple companies, we wanted to bring that together. But nothing has been lost. We started our company in 1929, so it's weathered the Great Depression and has grown almost for 96, 97 years now. We are A-rated excellent. So when you're looking your client in the face, is that you can't hardly have a better company with assets. We call it a fortress balance sheet of protection for our clients. So that's who Wellabe is, as you might struggle with, coming through with what are they trying to say to me? We're trying to say, we will always be there for you, and we will always be there for your clients. And also, just a little head up on that, if you go to the agent portal, okay, we actually did a branding playbook. We worked with Thomas Arts, which is part of Integrity, to do a branding playbook to help you with some of that conversation around the branding name. But really, the meat and potatoes of our product is the fact that we created a one-stop shop for an agent when it comes to final expense life insurance. Now, we thought about this, and the fact is that if you're new to the business, okay, when you're getting that appointment and you're sitting down with the client, you don't need to try to be focusing on other aspects of what a carrier will and will not do, because a lot of carriers base things off of height and weight charts. They base it off of prescription drugs, and then they have questions that they ask the client that could knock them out and get declined. Well, with Great Western Wellabe, what we did is we took all that worry away from you by putting together 3 products that you need to sell final expense, because you will reach people that have good health, right? And they would go for our first day coverage. You might meet people that have, somewhat okay health, but maybe has multiple conditions that couldn't qualify for our first day coverage. So we would immediately offer them a graded death benefit product that will pay them a small amount the first year, and then it gets bigger second year and third year, okay? And then you're gonna meet people that have really waited too long to qualify for any type of underwritten policy, and that's our guaranteed insurance. So what I'm really saying is, if you approach your clients with Wellabe, you never have to be concerned about having the conversation around Mr. or Mrs. Smith, you did not qualify, okay? So it's a perfect product for agents that are just focusing on getting appointments, making themselves an expert in insurance, and then letting Great Western provide the coverage that their clients can qualify for while they're sitting down with them. And I also want to put a little thought process out there. A lot of times you sit down with the husband and wife team, right? And one's in good health and the other one is not in good health. You have to have a pretty strong bandwidth as a salesperson to be able to keep the clients focused on the premise that they're buying life insurance from two different carriers. They're going to have two different draft dates. They're, two of everything. And what a lot of times happens is you overload the client with information, right? And they give you the proverbial, you know what, you're a nice guy. I need to think about what you said because I'm confused about why I can't, we're not on the same company, et cetera, or you've given me too much information. Okay. With Great Western, you don't have to worry about that. We also built this product for those people that do cross sales, right? So you're in the Medicare Advantage business or the Medicare Supplement business, and you're a career agent that wants to be the agent for their clients, meaning that you need to be able to address healthcare, extended chronic care, and final expense, and maybe even also helping them not outlive their money, okay? Or having somebody impoverished because they lost their loved one, right? And so if you're that type of agent where you're interested in the cross sell, is that we are perfect for that situation because again, if you already have a Medicare Advantage product in there, right, then you don't inject any negativity into that relationship by telling them, well, Mrs. Smith, you didn't qualify for XYZ company. Let's go through a litany of other carriers until I get you the right coverage, right? So we looked at it at that perspective because, I've talked to thousands of agents where they want to cross sell into their Medicare Advantage or their Med Sup business. They just don't want the hassle for the negativity with their client if they got declined. Here at Great Western, you can look your clients in the face and say, don't worry, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, we've already got coverage. What we need to work on today is, what is your budget, okay? Because final expense life insurance, keep in mind, is the premiums never go up and the benefits never go down. So what you as the agent have to focus on is, okay, you need life insurance and we've discovered that. Now, what budget do you have? Because this is whole life insurance and they will pay the premium for their whole life, right? So what you have to do is make sure that it fits within their budget, something that they can manage every month for the rest of their life, okay? So I always just say, don't oversell. Make sure you're having the budget talk up front. And in fact, our enrollment tool, I'm getting a little bit ahead, actually allows you to solve for premium and see what $50 a month would provide across all three products. I'll get into that when I talk a little bit about my enroller, but here in front of you are three plans on one application with access to instant underwriting. First day coverage, we write that product from age 50 to age 85, okay? The graded product, we write that product also from age 50 to age 85. And our guaranteed assurance, guaranteed issue product, we actually go down to age 40 all the way to age 80 on that product. I'll tell you, no other carrier in the guaranteed issue world writes to age 40. So if you're looking at Gerber or AIG, which I would say those are our two main competitors, nobody writes to age 40. And there's a myriad of other reasons why you would pick Great Western over those other guaranteed issue carriers, such as we pay 6 years worth of renewals, they pay none. We only have a 12-month chargeback upon death with that product, meaning the fact that if your client dies in the first 12 months, we actually charge you back your commission. All the other carriers is a 24-month chargeback. Okay. And Joey, you're probably going to get some questions on that, maybe for some people that haven't been in the business for very long, but Joey can explain that to you, that we are a better business partner on the guaranteed issue side of our block. Highly competitive first day coverage. Okay. So you can take the top 5, 7 carriers out there, and we're going to be within $1 here, $1 there, either beating them or they're a little bit better than us. But at the end of the day, you're providing a very competitive product across the board for pricing. So you don't have to walk in and say, well, it's easy to do business with Wellabe, Great Western, but they're not competitive. Okay. We are competitive both in compensation and in consumer pricing to the client. I would put my graded product as probably the most competitive in the marketplace. And then we pay a very handsome commission as well. Industry leading comp and competitiveness. Okay. Now, these products do have a couple of riders attached to them. Okay. So if your client is healthy, right? We like healthy people. They're been a risk for us. And with that, what we do is we provide them a first day coverage benefit, meaning that if they die, if they've answered all the questions correctly and they pass away day 1, they'll get full coverage. Okay. So so we like those healthy people there, and with those healthy people, so that your product, what I call it, has some stickiness to it, meaning providing life insurance with additional benefits at no additional cost, is that we provide an accelerated death benefit rider that will pay your client up to 90% of their policy face amount if they were to become terminally ill, okay? Or if they had a chronic health condition where they needed assistance with activities of daily living. Now, some of your clients, you may have sold them a short-term care or a long-term care policy that have an elimination period, okay? This life insurance policy would match right up with that, because if you sold them the first day coverage, they qualified for that, they would have access to dollars immediately, cash, to assist in maybe paying for whatever they needed while they were going through their elimination period. Or let's just say they don't have any short-term care or long-term care. This is something that would allow them to get cash to build wheelchair ramps, buy a hospital bed, stay at home as long as they possibly could while they're going through that situation. So to me, this is worth talking about with your clients. That is at no additional cost if they qualify for first day coverage. And then they also have access to an accidental death rider, okay, that will double the face amount if they were to die due to the accident rider. Now that is an optional rider, and it is pennies on the dollar to add that rider. I would always add that rider. Okay, so that's the first day coverage. All products have a grandchild protection rider on it. And what I mean by that is that your client has the ability to list as many grandchildren or dependent children on this rider. Okay, put their name on the rider. And if one of them were to pass away, we would pay them a $2,500 death benefit. It is a one-time benefit per rider, but in essence, unless catastrophe happens, if they were to lose one grandchild, they would be able to participate in the final expenses by having $2,500 worth of cash available to them. And it's $1 per month per rider, not per child. Okay. So if they list 10, it's $1, but all of them have the potential, if one of them were to pass away, to receive the death benefit. It does require you to have $5,000 face amount minimum, okay? But again, this rider gives you and the client the ability to have a conversation that it's not just about them, that this is a benefit that protects their dependent children or grandchildren. And so when they're thinking about, well, what's more important this month, is the goal is that I have some protection for life insurance more than just myself. Okay, so a little bit of benefit about the graded product. How that works is that it's cheaper than the guaranteed issue if you have health conditions and you qualify, and it also provides you a death benefit the first year of 30%, 70% the second year, and then after that it's 100% of the face amount. So let's just say your client had a stroke, a month ago, just got out of the hospital. We would put them on a guaranteed issue product. There are 13 questions on the application. 10 of them are dedicated to the guaranteed issue product. And they're like, are you in a nursing home? Are you on oxygen? Are you cutting amputations, losing body parts? Those types of people cannot qualify for the graded or the guaranteed great assurance first day coverage. But what we will do is we will give them coverage, and they must survive the first 2 years of the policy, okay, to receive the face amount. So it is if you've waited that long and you're really trying to plan and protect your dignity and your legacy, this product allows you to have coverage. Once you're past 2 years, you have full benefits. But if you were to pass away during that first 2 years, okay, we would refund all the premium to your beneficiary plus 10% interest. This just allows you to have that conversation with that person who says, well, if I can't get first aid coverage, then I don't want it. And you should say, well, let's just say you're going to put that money in the bank and save it up for your death benefit. Let's just say that if you put it with Great Western, if you weren't make it past the first 2 years, then what would happen is we would give you a 10% interest on your money. And quite frankly, no bank, even as of today, is going to give them 10% interest. Let's say the premium's $100. They can't even get a CD or anything without putting lump sums of cash in that. So again, a little bit of a conversation to be had. Joey brought up the fact, where do we do business? We do business in all states except for Alaska, Hawaii, New York, and the state of Washington. California, we have a different product there. Just because of California, we filed it, and we're waiting for them to give us approval there. We call California one of our special states. We're in all states except for the 4 states, and then we have a different product line there. It's basically the guaranteed issue product, okay? There in the great state of California, okay? How do I get access to quoting rates and those types of things? We've built some really neat technology pieces for you. One is our quick quote. You simply go to quickquote.myenroller.com, and you can save that to your phone, your tablet, your desktop, and you don't have to use a username or any logins to get in. And then we are on every quoting tool in the marketplace. So if you can get access to it, CSG with Integrity's platform, or you're using any of their life platforms, we're on there as a carrier as well. Okay. Ease of doing business. That's the tagline for Great Western. Again, like I said before, your ability to go in and sit down with a husband and a wife or just a client and know inside that you've already got them covered. No one's going to have a negative conversation. And Great Western's going to give me a policy number at the end of the conversation to really give that client the ability to say, wow, I've got this done. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about buyer's remorse. I don't need to think about it while you're underwriting, those types of things. So this is what we do, is we use instant underwriting through what we call instant decision, which is a Milliman Telescript product. And we have our own enrollment tool called My Enroller. So if you've been selling Medico products, it's the same My Enroller tool. It's easy, it's fast. You can use it on every device that can connect to the internet. So even your smartphone, you can sell Great Western on. So, you're at the party, you're the proverbial insurance agent, someone asks you what you do, next thing you know, they want a quote, you could write it on your phone, or tablet or desktop, whatever. So it's perfectly built for both in-person sales and telephonic sales. It quotes, and it's also an application process. Got to be connected to the internet. Some things that we do is to ensure that piece of business is clean and going to go through the whole system, is that we have an instant decision process, and at the same time we are doing bank validation, so that while you're with the client that bank account is a valid bank account, and that there's no issues with that bank account. We don't look at what's in it, okay? But we know that it's in good standing, it's not suspended, or it's been closed, or you've fat fingered a number on the account. Because let me tell you, if you've been out in the field selling, if you have a payment issue, okay, chasing clients down is very hard business, and there's a big chance that you will never catch up with them. We do everything right there on the spot, including bank validation, so that that piece of business is going through. Now, I said before, this product is built for in-person sales and telephonic sales, okay? So, because you have the ability to sign it in person, you can sign it via e-signature, via text. So no more reading, this big script. If you were to do a voice signature, we simply send a text to them. They reply back with a 6-digit code, and the application's signed. So if you're telephonically selling or not in person, you have both e-signature via email and via text, which really says we, as far as our process, is the smoothest out there. Putting 3 products, 1 app, instant underwriting. We validate the bank account to make sure that everything is correct there, and you can sign it in any form. Makes us easy to do business. Some other things that we do is within our enrollment tool is, you'll see here, solve for premium, okay? There's 2 ways to approach people, is like, how much life insurance do you need? Do you need a $10,000 policy, a 15, or a 20,000, okay? And I'm not saying that approach is incorrect, but at the end of that conversation, using that, you're still going to be having a conversation about what they can afford. So for those agents that approach their clients around Mr. and Mrs. Smith, first of all, I want to let you know I work with a company called Wellabe, Great Western Insurance Company, and they have you covered. So we have coverage for you today. What I need to really work on with you is that this is whole life insurance. The premiums never go up, the benefits never go down. What I need to make sure is we work on what your budget is, because it's a premium that you would pay for your whole life, okay, to get the benefit when you were to pass away. So we allow you to solve for premium right up front. And we tell you That allows you not to oversell the product, because people always want, no, I want the big number, right? And I'm going to try to squeeze this in to my budget. And then if they can't afford to do that, then you've lost, they've lost, and Great Western has lost on that. And so we try to help you take that in all in consideration. The ability to not put the effective date out 30 days, letting them think about it. You know, the best life insurance to have is that life insurance that's in force when something happens to you unexpectedly, right? So I highly suggest that people put that life insurance in force the day that they write it, and understand that if people don't have the premium today, you know, are they going to be able to have that premium every month? And that's a conversation around budget that you should have while you're with you. Okay, so that's my little soapbox, because Great Western, we want quality business. It's to protect the customer. They don't want to pay for something they couldn't afford. We don't want agents to do a bunch of work and the client isn't able to afford it, and we pay commissions and we charge back commissions. We don't want to do that. So we want to help you make it easy, a smooth process to have those conversations so that you build quality business. We have a very robust website on there, training, product training, my enroller training, agent user guide. These are short little videos. We've done videos around, you know, how to ensure quality of business. We're just launching a video here in the next couple of weeks about if a client misses a payment or you have to think about rewriting it, reinstating it, you know, how to make those decisions, those types of things. So again, we're trying to help educate you on the best way to do business with us, to be the best business partner that we possibly can to you. All our materials are free. So our brochures, print, ship on demand, free. We have all of our materials both in English and in Spanish. Even our Facebook banner ads, both English and Spanish. So we really serve the Spanish market as well there. We do accept TIN numbers, so we don't have to have a social security number. We will take an IT-10 number or TIN number, tax identification number, as well as a social security number. So just know that. We also have a mobile app for our customers to be able to, by signing into Wellabe.com and downloading the mobile app, they have the ability to you know, make a payment, etc., on their policies, look for details, etc. there. Again, trying to embrace technology. We know our older clients may not use that, but we know our clients that are now in their 70s use mobile apps, communicate via text better than they do emails and those types of things. So we're trying to meet the client where they are, not just where it's easy for us. So again, ease of doing business, streamlined application, nobody gets declined, instant underwriting, bank validation while you're with the client to make sure that things are set up for payments. And then we back that up with the real thing, which is our claims payments are on average less than 5 days once we get notification with the death certificate to pay that claim out. And the industry is in the 30-day there. So we know that it's important to do what you say you're going to do, and which is what you, frontline agent, are telling the clients. again, A-rated company, technology-driven, Great Western Wellabe. That's who we are. So a lot of information today. Didn't mean for you to catch it all or write it all down. We are recording this video, but we have a very robust field manual. It's called a live document. So if you were to go to the table of contents and look for some, question that you have, you can simply click on it and it'll take you to the data that you need or the information that you need. We know that business doesn't just happen 8 to 5. You may need something over the weekend or after hours. The agent field manual is loaded in the agent portal. It's a main document for you to go and find things there. Joey, like you said, cross-selling, med sup, cancer, hospital indemnity, dental. We here at Wellabe have all those products. If you're appointed with both Great Western and Medico, you'll see all those products right there in front of you, and you can simply click and add it to your shopping cart and talk about the overall benefits of being with Wellabe. So, at the end of the day, we are a company that still answers its phone. We answer the phone in America. All of our customer service is based either out of our office in Omaha, Nebraska, or Des Moines, where our corporate office is. We love to hear your voice. Simply call us at our 800 number, hit option 2. The one thing that I'm told constantly, and I'm always out in the field, is that your people care. Gold level service to you. Our people are knowledgeable, they're friendly, they have empathy, and they understand things need to be expedited and handled. So here's our contact information and agent numbers, etc. So, Joey, I don't know if you have questions. I have time to answer those if you have those.
Anyone have any questions for Aaron real quick? Aaron, but if no one does, everyone, this is some great information. We want to give everybody the path of least resistance. You're not going to find a simpler platform with Wellabe and Great Western. With what they brought to the table with the 3 products in one, with everything that we can do, the commission, the on-site underwriting, everything that we have or they have done is really to make our agents' lives easier, our principals' lives easier, and to help you write more business and to be a greater part of your clients' process of what we're trying to do for them. Remember, the more products that you have in your client's house, the more persistency you have, but the greater persistency you have and the greater referrals that you will get. And that's what we want to do is be a stronger presence in what we currently do and with the people that we currently see. The My Enroller, the Wellabe site, the tutorial stuff on there once you get contracted is fantastic. I did over the weekend and with one of my associates, Elsa, here in El Paso with some principals, we did some quoting and some stuff, and it is so simple and so easy. You almost want to find out, where's the catch? There really isn't a catch. It really is that simple. So please, make this a part of your portfolio. Get with me, get with your regional, let's start looking at this even more and more close. You have a lot of great resources at your disposal. Aaron, anything else you want to add before we sign off?
No, sir. Thank you for the time. We'd love to earn your business. We know that is, part of what we have to do is earn your business, and we're here to help. And I thank you just for the time. So
perfect. This will be on. I will get this. This will be on the Copeland YouTube channel. So this will be out. Reach out to me. I will send it to you as well. Or you can go to Copeland Insurance Group and search on the YouTube, and you can pull it up there again for any tutorial. But get contracted and then look at the Wellabe site with my enroller and just look at all of the information in there, and you will be pleasantly surprised and how easy it is with all of the products that Wellabe has. I mean, their hospital indemnity, their short-term care, their new plan coming out, the final expense with Great Western. Their portfolio is growing, and it's exciting to be a part of what they have going on. Aaron, thank you again for your time. Everyone have a great rest of your week, and we will talk to you all soon.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank y'all. Take care.